Hello everyone! Pag-uusapan natin kung paano yung proseso, kung paano tayo makakapag-evaluate ng limits kapag hindi na lang tayo basta makakapag-substitute ng value kung saan nag-a-approach yung x. Kasi baka magkaroon tayo ng value na undefined, magiging 0 yung denominator nung given natin na function. For this video, gagamit tayo ng iba't ibang techniques like factoring or pwede, nagagamit tayo ng conjugate para mas masimplify natin yung function para magawa natin ang paraan na makuhanan ng value yung ating limit. So we will be having 3 examples. This is our first one. The limit of x minus 2 squared minus 4 all over x as x approaches 0. Kasi kung makikita natin, if we just substitute directly, pag tinignan natin yung denominator, ginawa natin tong 0, ang magiging value ng function natin is undefined. Kaya hindi pwede na basta-basta agad tayong mag-substitute. Kaya minsan, gagawa muna tayo ng ilang techniques or ibang strategies para masimplify natin yung given function at makuhanan natin siya ng limit. So for this one, pwede natin gawa ng paraan yung numerator. Our x minus 2 squared minus 4. Ang pwede natin gawin, pwede natin expand yung x minus 2 squared. So we have x minus 2, this is a binomial. This is a square of a binomial. Pwede natin siyang expand using this formula. Kasi if we have a plus b and then squared, kapag in-expand natin to, hindi mo lang basta-basta na i-distribute yung exponent na 2. Marami nagkakamali dyan. So this is equal to a squared plus, huwag kalimutan si 2ab plus b squared. Okay? Ang gagawin natin, we have our x minus 2. Ang a natin, ang first term is x. Tapos, ang second term natin, ang b naman natin is negative 2. Kapag in-apply natin siya dito, yung ating x minus 2 and then squared, this is equal to yung square nung una natin ng x. We have our x squared. And then plus, kuha tayo ng 2 times. Ang a natin, first term is x. Tapos, yung pangalawa naman natin is negative 2. So, this is 2 times x times negative 2. And then plus, ang b natin is negative 2. Kukunin naman natin yung square niya. So, this is negative 2 and then squared. So, this is equal to x squared. 2 times x is 2x times negative 2. We have negative 4x. Tapos, negative 2 squared, negative 2 times negative 2, that is positive 4. So, our x minus 2 squared, this is just equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. You may do this expansion, the square of a binomial, pero if medyo doubtful kayo, if you want to use different method, pwede mo rin namang kuhanin yung x minus 2 squared. This is just equal to x minus 2 multiplied by itself ng dalawang beses. So we have our x minus 2, imumultiply natin siya by itself. Kapag ginawa natin to, you multiply x times x times negative 2, negative 2 times x or negative 2 times negative 2, ang sagot pa rin ay x squared minus 4x plus 4. So with that, ipalit na natin yung value dito sa x minus 2 squared. This is just equal to the limit of, ang x minus 2 squared natin, this is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. Tapos meron pa tayo na minus 4. So we write here minus 4. This is all over, yung denominator natin is simply x. So we have our x approaching 0. So this is equal to, we can simplify, we have positive 4 minus 4. This part will become 0. Kaya ang matitira, the limit of our x squared, we are left minus 4x. This is all over x as x still approaches 0. Ano yung pwede natin gawin para mas masimplify siya? As we can see here, meron tayong common term sa numerator. Meron tayong x squared, x times x, tapos yung negative 4x, meron din tayong x. We can factor out yung x natin. This is equal to the limit of, kapag nag-factor out tayo ng x, mababawasan ng ting isang x yung nasa numerator bawat term, x times, ang matitira kay x squared, mababawasan siya ng isa, this becomes x. Tapos kay negative 4x, mawawala si x, this will become negative 4. This is all over x. So still, our x is still approaching 0. Kasi ang kagandahan kapag ginawa natin to, we can perform our division. We have our x na nasa numerator divided by x na nasa denominator. This is equal to 1. So we will be left with x minus 4. So as we continue with our computation, this is equal to the limit of what we are left is x minus 4 as x approaches 0. Since this is a polynomial, pwede na tayo mag-substitute directly. So this is just equal to, yung x natin ay papalitan natin kung saan nag-a-approach yung limit natin. So this is 0. So papalit lang natin siya dito. So we have our x minus 4. This will become 0 minus 4. And then 0 minus 4, that is just equal to negative 4. This is finally the value of our limit. So, ganun lang yung gagawin. We have to do certain manipulations, yung mga techniques natin sa algebra, para magawaan natin ang paraan na masimplify natin yung given function so that we can have a value for our limit. So, this is for our first example. Let us proceed with our second one. We are given with the limit of x squared plus x minus 2 all over x minus 1 as x approaches positive 1. Eto, kapag sinubstitute natin yung value ng x sa denominator, this will become 1 minus 1, yung denominator will become 0. So, ayaw natin yun. Kaya gagawa muna tayo ng paraan para masimplify yung given function natin. So, we have here x squared plus x minus 2. Ang pwede natin gawin, as we can observe dito sa numerator, this is a quadratic equation. We can try to do some factoring, siguro by trial and error na lang. Sulat natin sa gilid, we have x squared plus x minus 2. So, how do we do trial and error? Sulat lang tayo ng dalawang parenthesis. So, we have our grouping symbol here. Tapos, kunin natin yung factors nung first term tsaka nung last term. Yung first term, ilalagay natin dito. Yung last term dito naman sa pangalawa tsaka sa pang-apat na pwesto. So, we have our x squared. To get its factor, madali lang naman yan. So, that is just x and then x. Tapos, si negative 2, iisip tayo ng factors niya na kapag pinag-multiply natin yung ilalagay natin dito, yung inner terms, tsaka yung outer terms, kapag pinag-add natin sila, dapat ang maging sagot ay yung middle term natin, which is just x. So, ang gagawin natin, ang negative 2, ang gagamitin natin na factors ay positive 2 and negative 1. Kasi 2 times negative 1, that is negative 2. Kasi kapag ginawa natin to, we have our 2 times x, this is equal to 2x. Tapos x times negative 1, this is equal to negative x. 2x plus negative x, ang sagot ay positive x, that is our middle term. Kaya ang factors ng x squared plus x minus 2 is x plus 2 times x minus 1. Then, ang gagawin na lang natin, ipapalit natin yung nakuha natin na factors dito sa numerator. So, let us write down again our limit. So, we have limit of x squared plus x minus 2. Gagawin natin siyang x plus 2 times x minus 1. And then, we have the same denominator. This is still all over x minus 1 as our x is approaching positive 1. Kasi ang nangyari, kung makikita natin, meron tayong common term sa numerator at denominator. Since the operation between our terms na nasa numerator ay multiplication, we can do division dun sa ating denominator. So, we have x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Pareho sila. This is just equal to 1. So, we will be left with x plus 2 times 1. Yung sagot na lang ay x plus 2. So, this is equal to, sulat natin, we have the limit of x plus 2 as x approaches positive 1. Since x plus 2 na lang naman to, so we can perform our substitution. Kunin natin yung 1 as x approaches 1, tapos isa-substitute natin siya sa value ng x. So we have our x plus 2 here. This will become, ang x ay magiging 1 and then plus 2. The value of our limit is positive 3. This is our final answer. So, kung yung una, meron tayong common factor, sa pangalawa, gumamit tayo ng trial and error. Now, let us proceed with our third example here. So, we have our limit, meron na tayong square root. The limit of square root of x minus 3 over x minus 9 as x approaches 9. Same case dun sa previous examples natin, yung 9, kapag pinalit natin kay x, 9 minus 9, our denominator will become 0. Ayaw natin yon kasi magiging undefined yung sagot doon. Kaya ang gagawin natin, gagawa tayo ng paraan, again, to manipulate this, we will be using the concept of conjugate. Ang conjugate, kukuhanin natin yung opposite operation between our terms. Halimbawa, we have our square root of x minus 3. Ang gagawin natin, since the operation between them is subtraction, imumultiply natin to by the opposite operation which is addition. So we have square root of x minus 3, magmumultiply tayo ng square root of x plus 3, same dapat over square root of x plus 3. Pwede natin gawin to kasi etong part na to, they are identical, equal lang yan sa 1. So para nagmultiply lang tayo by 1. Kasi kapag ginawa natin to, we can simplify our equation. Ang conjugate, ginagawa natin to, if you have recalled, para mas makapag-simplify tayo ng radicals. So with that said, let us perform our multiplication. This is equal to the limit of, lagay ko na dito as x approaches 9. Ang mangyayari, we have square root of x times square root of x, yung nasa numerator natin. This is just equal to, i-multiply na sa loob, x times x, that is x squared. The square root of x squared, ang mangyayari lang, mawawala yung exponent na to dito, tsaka yung square root. We will be left with x. So, etong first part, that is just equal to x. Tapos, as we continue with our multiplication, we have square root of x times 3. Eto, constant lang naman yan. Kaya that will become positive 3 times square root of x. Tapos, eto naman yung pangalawa, starting with negative 3, siya naman yung imumultiply natin kay square root of x, negative 3 times square root of x, that is just equal to negative 3 and then square root of x. Tapos, ang mangyayari, negative 3 times positive 3 last 1, so we have our negative 9. As we can observe, meron tayong positive 3 square root of x at negative 3 square root of x. They are additive inverse. Kapag pinag-add natin sila, this part will become equal to 0. Kaya ang matitira, masisimplify yung numerator natin as x minus 9. So tuloy lang natin, this is all over. Kunin natin yung product. So nasa denominator, we have x minus 9 times yung natira dito, imumultiply natin kay square root of x plus 3. So we have x minus 9 times square root of x and then plus 3. Then we continue, naging 0 na to. So this is just equal to the limit as x approaches 9. Ang nasa numerator na lang natin, since natanggal na to, is x minus 9 all over x minus 9. Ayun, medyo nagliliwanag siya, times square root of x plus 3. Since we can see common terms, meron tayong x minus 9 sa numerator at x minus 9 sa denominator, we can perform our division. Hindi tayo basta-basta nagka-cancel, nagdi-divide tayo. So we have x minus 9 divided by x minus 9. This is equal to 1. So we will be left, if we continue with our operation, this is equal to the limit as x approaches 9. Yung nasa numerator natin will just become 1. So this is 1 all over. Ang nasa denominator na lang natin ay square root of x plus 3. Then, pwede na tayo mag-perform ng substitution natin. Kung saan nag-a-approach yung x, yung 9, ipapalit na lang natin siya sa value ng x natin. So, this is just equal to 1 all over square root of x, yung x gagawin natin 9. So, this is just square root of 9 plus 3. So, this is equal to 1 all over square root of 9, that is just 3, and then plus 3. Our answer, we have our 1 over 3 plus 3, that is 6. The value of our limit is 1 over 6. Kapag ganito yung given problems, kailangan talaga natin gumawa ng certain methods from our algebra para mas masimplify natin yung given function para makuhanan natin siya ng limits. Kaya ito ay ilan lang sa mga strategy na pwede nating gawin kapag nagsosolve tayo ng limit ng isang certain function wherein yung denominator natin becomes 0. I hope you have learned something. Thank you for watching.